Hey boys and girls, here we are at lesson 11. We are amping things up a bit. Things are getting more complicated, but I know you guys can handle it. Here we go. We have 3y minus 1/2 of y plus 3 equals 1/2 of y minus 17. So we will perform the original physical setup. We have 3y and we need to subtract 1/2 of y, which the way it stands right now, we cannot do that. So we need to use the legal move called the substitution principle. Remember, the substitution principle says that we can make a trade for equivalent values. So we can actually take this y and we can trade it for 2/2, and that doesn't affect anything because it's the same amount, okay? And now we're actually able to take away the 1/2 of y easily because we did that, okay? And then plus 3 equals 1/2 of y minus 17. Again, I can't take away 17 if it's not there. So I need to put it there so that I can take it away. But when I put it there, I have to do it in a way that doesn't affect the balance. So I can do this a couple of ways. You notice I tried both ways before. I'm going to add a convenient 0 this time, okay? Remember, a convenient 0 is just the value of 0 added to the balance, and since it's 0, it doesn't affect anything. Okay, so now that I put up a 0, I can take away 17. This is the 17 I'm taking away, not negative 17, just 17. Okay, and here's what I'm left with. Okay, and now it's time to simplify. So we're going to use the subtraction property of equality to do that. Easily, just looking at the balance, I can do this. Okay, I can just subtract that. And if I want to get rid of that 3, because remember we need to isolate the variables and the numbers by themselves, a good way for me to do that would be to make it into a 0. So if I want to turn it into a 0, I can use the addition property of equality. So I can add a negative 3. And whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So then I would have to add a negative 3 here. And now that I have a 3 and a negative 3 that makes 0, I can just take it off the balance. Okay, so then I end up with 2y equals a negative 20. And if 2y equals negative 20, then 1y is going to be equal to a negative 10. And if 1y is equal to negative 10, then 1/2 of y is going to be equal to a negative 5. Okay? Did that a little backwards here. Usually we find the unit fraction first, but that's okay. Now we are going to go back to our original physical setup so that we can check our work. So I'm just going to set the problem back up again. Plus 3, oops, plus 3, 1/2 of y minus 17. Okay, so this should be our original physical setup. We'll go ahead and substitute the values of y and 1/2 of y. So we've got negative 10, negative 20, negative 25. A negative 25 and a positive 3 is going to give us a negative 22. Negative 22. Okay, so let's check this side. We have a negative 5 and a negative 17. That's also going to give us a negative 22. So negative 22 equals negative 22, and that's our check. Check down here just to be sure. Yep, there we have it. So we know we're in good shape and we can move on to the next example. All right, let's look at this one. We have y plus 2/3 of y minus 1. Can't take away minus 1 if it's not there to take away. I need to put it there. Now I can take it away because this is 0. Take away 1. 1/6 of y, and a 19. Take away 19, right? Take away 19. So I'm going to put up a 0 so that I can take away 19. Remember, this is not the only way to solve this equation. There's more than one way, but as long as you get your check in the end where both sides are equal, then you are on the right track and it's okay. All right, so I'm going to simplify. I've got lots to do here. I'm going to have to make lots of substitutions, but first I'm going to start with the subtraction property of equality, okay? Remember, our goal is to isolate the variable to one side, so all of the simplifying I do is to make that happen. So this is going to become an 8, and I want to get rid of this green because I want that 18 by itself. I'm going to have to make a trade. So I'm going to take this blue, I'm going to trade it for 2 greens since they're equivalent, right? So 1/3 and 2/6 are equivalent. And I'm going to take away. There we go. And now that I have this big mess here, right, I need to do some more trading so that I can solve this because I have a whole, I have a third, and I have a sixth, and that's just too much. So I'm going to go with my smallest fraction and trade, use the substitution principle to make a trade. So I can get 2 greens for that blue, and I can get 6 greens for this yellow, right? 6/6 equals 1 whole. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/6 equals 18, negative 18, sorry. If 9/6 equals negative 18, then what is 1/6? Should be negative 2, right? And if 1/6 of y equals a negative 2, then y should be a negative 12. Okay, we're going to go back, check it out using the original physical setup. And let's see what we got. We've got y plus 2/3 of y, take away 1 equals 1/6 of y minus 19. Here we go. All right, so this is 12. There's 2 of the 1/6 in here, so this is negative 4, negative 8, plus negative 12 is a negative 20, negative 21, right? Negative 19 plus a negative 2 is also negative 21. So negative 21 equals a negative 21. And that means that both sides are in balance. So we know that we have solved this equation correctly. Enjoy your practice for lesson 11. I know it's going to be challenging, but you guys are going to do great. I'll see you guys at lesson 12.